Well, landing a job can be difficult in a tight job market, can be more difficult if you don't know the job exists in the first place. Here to tell us about WJCT's Public Media's role in a nationwide initiative to connect kids to jobs, we are joined by Jobs Explained social video specialist Jordan Luckin. Good morning, Jordan.
Morning, Anne.
We're also joined by Dr. Stephanie Murray, WJCT's Director of Education. Stephanie, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us, first of all, about this Jobs Explained initiative. What is it? How did WJCT get involved? Because it's a nationwide effort.
It's a nationwide effort. So this is the second round. Before we came on, they did a pilot study in stations across the country, and then they saw the success, and they said, let's expand it. So we were one of 10 communities selected across the nation. It was a competitive grant process, so we were very thrilled when we got it, and I thought, this is something so important for us in Jacksonville. So we're really excited to be part of it. It's one of 10 across the country. And really the goal is to reach youth where they are. So we know that they're on social media. We also know that they need to learn about future careers. So how can we bridge that gap and be that community connector? So finding them on social media platforms and sharing this valuable information.
Explain to us why WJCT is involved at all. I mean, we think people listening to the radio might be like, you're a radio station, or if they're, a fan of PBS, but what is our role that would in any way involve us in people trying to find jobs or education more broadly?
Yeah, I think a lot of studies recently have shown the connection between education in general and starting young. So a lot of what we traditionally do looks at the younger kids, right? PBS, they know us for our young programs. But people are starting to realize, like, hey, what we teach in those young ages matters. And they're starting to look at the return on investment from young age to then the careers. And so they're starting to say, well, let's focus some of our PBS Kids properties on that world of work. So a lot of the series kind of showcases different careers and those really important job skills at the young age. And so we said, this is a great bridge, right? So we have them when they're young on PBS Kids. Let's continue that to the platform that they're using and reach them at the social media level once they've kind of graduated from our traditional PBS Kids properties.
Jordan, I love following you on Instagram. Your Jack's Jobs Explained is so fun to watch, and we'll show a little bit. Let's just take a listen, and then we'll kind of watch some of it.
So I'm going to tell you how to make six figures and to love what you do in under 30 seconds. Start the timer. Okay, so the secret is to become a pharmacist. It's a clean, structured work environment with no exposure to bodily fluids, and you don't have to work in a hospital. So what you're going to do is complete pharmacy prereq.
So you do these on a regular basis. You post them, I think, on TikTok as well.
I do TikTok and Instagram.
Okay. I'm not a TikToker, but the Instagram stuff is awesome. And I don't know if you sort of naturally come to this, if it's something you were trained to do, but you are focused in this, in trying to not only reach young people, but also give them a little tutorial on jobs that are available particular to this region. How did the team decide on what some of those career fields are?
So we, Stephanie, looked at a bunch of data in Jacksonville and Florida, and then we narrowed it down to industries that are severely lacking in employment. And so we're kind of showcasing that to up the employment numbers in Jacksonville.
And those are fields that are, I mean, we know this is kind of a logistics hub. There's a lot of IT, and the clip we just saw is like a pharmacist. And there's also a lot of technical jobs too that are out there. And healthcare. Yeah. And so that's another big focus. Yeah. So when you're making them, some of this is a good job you should know about. This is a possible career field that you could explore, but you're also offering tips for people who just are entering the workforce. Like, how do you dress? How do you deal with imposter syndrome? How do you come up with those topics when you're thinking about what to communicate with your audience?
So I look back to when I was the age of the target demographic, which is like 16 to 24. And it's just everything I wish I knew, because I feel like I didn't have a good grasp on anything. And I already lived on social media, but there was never an influencer that was like talking about these actual useful things. So I'm trying to be that person that can like inform, but also keep it fun and just go over what I wish I had known at that age.
And is that like a conversation you're having with people online? Do they respond? Do they send questions to you? Are you kind of in real time taking in their interests?
Yeah, I get a lot of comments that are like, wow, I wish I knew about this career. Like, I'm so happy I'm like looking into this now. And then just overall with like the resume and the outfits things, yeah, I get a lot of DMs that are like, thank you so much for this video. Like, I have an interview next week and I had no idea what to wear for it.
Yeah, it is. It's funny how much you don't know when you're starting out at the beginning of a career. Stephanie, as we said, this is sort of one facet of the work that, WJCT Public Media does on the education front. One of the things is like a touchstone I think we communicate with the community on is the Be My Neighbor Day, which is coming up, and that has an educational component. Will you just sort of give us a little thumbnail of what that's going to entail this year?
Absolutely. So we're excited. This is our annual event that takes place here at the station. It's going to be coming up April 11th. So it's open to all members of the community. And we want to be that community connector. So we invite a bunch of nonprofits, a bunch of organizations across the city to come and represent what they have to offer for families. In addition to that, families can, there's craft activity stations, there's reading corners. So we're really trying to bolster that education component within the day. So it's a really great full day. It takes place all across, and everyone loves Daniel Tiger, so it's fun to kind of meet those characters in that environment, at the station.
Yeah, there's the characters, and we also have a ton of kids kind of running in through our studio here, getting on the mic, putting on the headphones, sort of trying out the chair to see what it feels like.
Well, that's it goes back to that career development, right? Because they see these things and it's like, well, where do you start to get there? So giving them that opportunity to say, here's an actual career path. Here's all the people that go beyond just who you hear, but
They're coming for my job.
right.
Jordan,
They are.
there is also an event for high schoolers that's upcoming. I just want to briefly mention that's in March. Is that right? For high schoolers, something that's coming up on March 25th at 11 o'clock. And I guess that's a chance to meet with professionals. Do some career.
Yeah. So we, as part of the project, we're hosting 2 career fairs. The first one's coming up in March, but again, as a way to showcase not only online, but in person, so students can come and understand different careers throughout the city, and they can come right to our station to do that.
All right. And I haven't really gotten to it, but we do also this annual writers event for kids, which is super sweet. And all of those are posted on our website, all of the kids writer contests entries. So that's also another awesome educational thing that we do. Thank you for the work that you guys do. I'm excited to talk to you about it. Jordan, tell people your handle on Insta and TikTok.
It's the same on both. It's at jacksjobs_explained.
All right. Dr. Stephanie McMurray, Jordan Luckin, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right.